Japanese art through the ages. Today, a group of students from Robert Gray Middle School visit a Japanese exhibit at the Portland Art Museum. Welcome to the Japanese Art Exhibit. This tour will guide you throughout the ages of Japan art. Japan was a great innovator of Asian and Buddhist styles. Ideas from China, India, Korea, and other countries' art were changed and improved in Japan. One kind of art of Japan changed for their own needs was sculpt. I have a question. What is it? Is that a Buddha? Well, as I was saying, Japan changed Asian sculpture. The sculpture they had was mainly Buddhist and so I'm right. Yes. Now continue what I was saying. Their sculptures were mainly Buddhist and similar to others in the surrounding area. But they started making them out of wood, as it was easier to find and preferred instead of bronze and stone, which were some of the materials that other statues were made of. Another part they changed was the posture of the, like how that one is leaning and the other one is sitting straight. Yep, they had different positions and poses of the Buddha. Most sculptures in the other countries all had waterfall patterns on the fold on the clothing, and many were sitting the same way. Some new ideas were on the face. In Japan, they started making their face more smooth and relaxed. In these examples, the Japanese one touches the face more gracefully. In the others, look at this Chinese statue. He looks more like he's resting or something. Again, as I was saying, the other statues have different postures, like being more rested or more stiff. Moving on, in the hand, this one has no arm, but he has a peg, like if something were to go there. Again, as I was trying to say, in the Han period, statues started to be made out of multiple parts. The sculptors would carefully choose pieces of wood to make different parts. Then they would carve them separately and put them together. This led to much faster production, and it made it so there could be a group of people making them at once, one person doing one part. A famous statue made like this was the sculpture of Amida Buddha by Joe Cho. The next section of our tour is the music section. The Japanese took many of, what's that instrument? Well, Japan took many instruments from other countries. One of them is called the sheng in China and the shou in Japan. At first, the native instruments were the zither, flute, and percussion. They played simple music, sometimes accompanied by voice. But when new forms of music arrived, like gaku, from countries such as Japan, these new instruments were needed. Look at that mask. In the Heian period, aristocrats learned to dance. There was also a form of entertainment called bugaku. It was performance with many dancers, who would act out a simple story while using memorized dance to music wearing masks. This inspired other Japanese theaters in later years. Now, this is the end of our exhibit, but there is much more to learn, such as new styles of painting, fashion, or architecture. To learn more, all you have to do is go to our website, or of course, there's always Google or Wikipedia. Well, this wraps up our tour for Japanese art. I hope you all had a good time. Thank you all for coming.